No.
Okay, so hi guys. We are live. We're setting up the sound and everything, the technical stuff. So, welcome on the Natural Sentient podcast again after some time. And tonight with wonderful, amazing Julia AnchorHaven. So, yeah, here we go.
Here we go. Thank you so much, Slavka, for having me on. I
It's great
appreciate
to
it.
be back. It's great.
Yeah. It was so good to meet you in person. You are so tall, right? That was a real surprise that you are so tall. You're like the same height as Dr. Amir. You're like 5'10, 5'11. How tall are you?
Really,
Yeah.
really well. I
Yeah.
didn't like expect me, to be so tall or whatever, because
Because I'm so
you know,
little. Yeah, I'm tiny. Yeah, no, it was
yeah.
so lovely to meet you in person. You've got amazing energy. So good. Yeah, and I
The
got to
same
have
here,
you next to
likewise.
me whole weekend. Yeah, I was running around like a crazy woman. Couldn't sit still, ants in my pants, running around.
Yeah, it was really great to meet you in person and to
Yeah,
have you and speak with you and share and just be there with all that came to the basis conference.
yeah. Who was your favorite person? Who did you not expect to be like that? Was there anyone you thought that was better or different? Oh, your sound's gone.
I don't know, maybe.
Are you buffering a little bit? Is it me? Checking the time. Can you hear me? I think you're buffering. It could be me. I'm not too sure.
um,
There you are.
it's showing me that
It's a bit of interference.
you.
Okay, we're already getting interference on the stream, I think. Oh,
Yes, I think, yeah, but
yeah.
I'm not surprised. We keep going.
Yeah.
I know that you have your fantastic tools, to clean the space.
Yes, yes. Let's do the chimes. Let's do the chimes. Can you hear the chimes?
So
So
yeah,
Nathan says interference is on your side.
it's funny because I see that it was like you buffering, loading. So this
Yeah,
is so
no,
funny.
they're saying it's you buffering, and I'm okay. Um, okay,
You
okay.
see, you see. I mean, it was showing me on your end, and at the end, it's on my end.
Yeah,
So
we're
yeah,
just getting
welcome everyone.
interference. So setting the intention for this space that we receive only the highest good, highest healing, highest harmony for everybody watching live or on the replay. That we have protection 360 degrees, calling in our guides and guardians of the most powerful energies. So Hags is saying add more likes to help the bandwidth.
Yeah,
More
thank
comments, more
you.
likes. Yeah, that's so
Yeah,
cool.
hit the laugh button. We appreciate it a lot, and
Yeah.
welcome everyone. Nathan is there, Catherine, Hax is there, and of course, Wizard, James.
Oh yes, Wizzard has had a surgery last week, a hernia surgery. Sorry, it's still very hot here in the UK, so I'm just pouring in sweat. I apologize, guys. My
Oh my
apartment's like
gosh.
100 degrees.
Yeah,
I didn't know I had no
believe
AC.
I
Yeah,
couldn't believe when I was up there that I would be really getting tan. Like,
yeah,
what? Such a
yeah,
heat, and it still continues, right? You're
yeah,
saying,
yeah. It's not changed. It's not rained. It's just mega hot. Yeah, I think we might have had rain like a week or so ago, but it's so hot here, and we don't have air conditioning. All the Americans are saying switch on the AC. We don't have air conditioning. Only if you're
yeah,
like in a hotel or if you've got a fancy house. I'm just in a regular apartment. There's no air conditioning here. I've got this little cooler and he's trying to blast out some air at me, but you just see me self-cooling. My body's trying to self-cool itself. Oh, Hank
Yeah,
is in
you're not used
Florida.
to.
It's pretty bad in Florida right now. My master is Jesus the Savior, right? That tag just cracks me up. Slavka come UK. Slavka is. Oh,
Hey,
that's Angelica.
that's Mad Wizzard. Hi,
That is
Raphael.
the Mad Wizard. Why is he speaking in another language? I wasn't sure if that was the Mad Wizard, you know. I started to think maybe it was, and then I wasn't sure. Okay, Mad Wizard, are you coming to the Awaken Aware conference, which is not this weekend, it's the weekend after? Because it was pretty cool to meet up with Mad Wizard. Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
All the
Great.
wizards together. What was it like at bases with all the wizards? Yeah. So I consider myself to be a Merlin as well. So it's like, but I just wasn't focusing on anything. I wasn't thinking about who are the handlers in the room or targeting or nothing. Because I thought, you know what? Mad Wizard, Sean Bond, Phil Barrow, Dr. Amir, yourself is there. I don't need to worry about anything. That's what I was like. I just carried on, did my thing. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
Mad
you
Wizard is coming.
amazing job, by the way. You did amazing job as a moderator and as a speaker as well. So kudos to you.
Yeah.
Kudos to you.
And it was so hot. It was like we were just, yeah. The whole thing was hot. The hall had no air conditioning, no fans hardly. But it was great. I think the vibe was so good. We're planning the next one now. The next one's going to be the first week of November. So I can't confirm that yet until Miles does, but we've already started planning the speaker list, hoping to get some new people that we've not had talk before as well. So I put in my suggestions, which I'm not going to share with anyone yet, but I put in a few suggestions. I got to pick 3, and Miles has picked 4 or 5. So yeah.
All right, let's keep it a secret as a surprise.
We'll see if I get my 3. Oh, you did awesome, Anchor. Thank you so much, Mad Wizard. Yeah, it's nice to meet you in person. And so what's he saying there? Can you read that language? Is that your language?
It's in Czech language.
How does he speak Czech?
He also tried to speak Slovak. He's already fluent in Slovak. Yes.
Oh, that's awesome, isn't it? That's nice. Sorry, I've never tried to speak your language. Because you speak my language, so I'm just like a regular English person. I'm expecting everyone to speak English.
He just wrote like Slavka come UK, and I look forward to come back to UK.
Yeah.
That's what
he
wrote.
Says Angelica. I thought it was like Angelica. What does that mean? Anglica. Mad Wizard is saying, it's called a translator. I met Miles today in a crop circle near to today. In devices in a crop circle today. I know that's super cool. What did you think about the crop circle talk that Matthew did about making crop circles? What did you think about that? Because I was like, this is really controversial. Because I just want to think they're made by ETs. I don't want to think that there's some men with their wellies on, like flattening down the hay or whatever.
It's fascinating. I see it as a sort of messages for people as well. This is not just not like circles. So I was like thinking with Mad Wizard actually, because I asked him like if you mentioned to me that you went to see this one and the other one, so like which message, like what do you feel that they want to say or convey to us?
Yeah,
because it could be made there were also some witch crop circles made by witches, not only by extraterrestrials, whatever. And I see that's some message, and I just try to decode it.
That's interesting. It's like, do the crop circles get commissioned? Oh, my internet's sticking now. Do they get commissioned? It's like saying, does somebody say we want this circle at this time, this place, or is it just an inspired thing for the team? I don't know. I didn't get to watch all of his talk. So Mad Wizard's literally just taken the coach down there to go and have a look at crop circles. That's pretty awesome. I would live there if I could. If I was going to move down to Glastonbury, I'd probably just base myself in Devizes now, because it's a nice town. It's got good connections. It's got supermarkets and everything there.
Oh, that sounds really serious. Three-letter agencies are
Yeah,
there in the
because
crop found.
we're talking about like because I'm asking, does he get paid to make the crop circles? Because that's what's suggested in the chat, and it's like the three-letter agencies are potentially commissioning crop circles to be made. So is that like a diversion? You know, what do you think? I have to be
really
careful talking about three-letter agencies because I've just done some controversial podcasts, so I know I've got a lot of eyes on me right now, more than normal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's really good to question this.
Yeah.
We could go further and further. Well, I wanted to actually, I want to invite Mad Wizard to my channel as well.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah. I'm pretty sure he gets paid. You know, I think he just does it for the love of it. I think he's an enthusiast or something. I've not asked him about that. I don't know. I only spoke to Matthew because he was the lights and sound tech. He was the engineer. So, you know, that's how I know. Interesting.
He looks like a nice guy. I mean, very polite, friendly guy. Maybe you never know.
Yeah, I thought he was a good speaker. I was quite surprised that he was such an experienced speaker because I don't see him in that capacity. I only meet him at bases when he's doing the engineering stuff. Yeah, they're saying get the Mad Wizard on. So yeah, we should do like a round table. We've not had a round table on for a while.
Yes, I mean, do you want me? Do you want Rafael? You want to come to join us? Because I can actually put our screen up. Do you want? That would be really nice.
Yeah.
I can put the StreamYard link and let us know if you want to connect, if you can connect. Because we can talk a little bit, about those crop circles. I mean, that is a really interesting topic itself, like who is involved.
Yeah. I was going to see who's going to jump in. Yeah, because we're talking about the Bases conference and he was also there. You saying okay? Yeah?
Yes, we talk about the Bases conference, how it was. I think we enjoyed it a lot. Whatever, there was also interference, of course it was.
There was interference, but according to Phil Barrow, it was mainly when Laura Eisenhower was doing her talk. That's what Phil Barrow said. I just know that Dr. Amir said, oh, Mad Wizard, you need to click that StreamYard link if you want to join us live right now.
Yes.
Yeah, so we can, He's put a question mark, you see. Yeah, so you just click the link and then you can jump in onto the stage with us.
Yeah, I mean, I noticed a lot of people like fell asleep.
Bushy beard?
Do you know? Yes. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, lots of Soul Family for sure. Yeah, lots of Soul Family. And it was so cool to get to introduce Soul Family on the stage. And here's my Dragon Soul Family. You know, that was freaking awesome. And
yes.
Yeah. I need to get a copy of my recording that's got the full Bases edit so that there's different camera angles and stuff. And because I wanted to get the intro that Sean did for me, but Sean was exhausted because he'd been up since God knows when, since sunrise. So I went to Glastonbury. So he'd been sleeping at the back of the hall, waiting for me to go on stage. And then as soon as he did the intro, they all went off to bed. So I don't think he even got to see it live, unless he was watching it in bed. I don't know. But yeah, it was so cool.
I felt like, oh my God, they slept just a little.
Yeah, and I had to go back to Bristol and Devizes to get that suitcase that Sean and Isha left behind. And you know what's going to happen now? It's going to come to the Awaken Aware conference and it's going to go on my stall so we can sell off the gear because it's all merch. So I'm gonna have it on my table trying to sell it off for them. I think it was Isha's hats. It was like I've got Sean's hat here, but it's Isha's hats that are in the suitcase. Isha's hats, and there is some like ET artifact jewelry. There is a crystal skull, but it's like an ametrine skull in there that's got carvings on. Which I'm sorry, I'm just going to keep hold of that for now. I'm going to become its guardian for a while if I get it. And yeah, and so there's bits and bobs of Isha's merch in there, like little t-shirts and stuff, I think. So
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
so
Okay.
hopefully Mal should bring it to the next conference, which is in 2 weeks' time. Is
Yes.
it less than 2 weeks now?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm so excited
Yeah, me too.
because yeah, some people are coming from the basis
Yeah,
conference. So
I'm not
I
sure
look
who.
forward to that. Yeah,
I
Flix.
know Ben Emlyn Jones is definitely coming on to the next conference. So he's just he's not speaking, he's just attending, but he says he'll help me run my stall. So I think I've just got loads of people like back and forth sitting next to me.
Yeah.
Hey, Felicia DeWilt, Flix Love is in the
Yeah,
chat.
Flix
Not very
love.
often we see
Welcome.
Felicia.
Great
Yeah.
to see you. So yeah, I wrote other people like if they want to come, part of the Soul family
Yeah.
from Rob's tribe that are here in Europe. So let's see.
She's put a question though. She's put this little laughing afterwards. How did Julia feel after interviewing Drago? So I interviewed
Yes. How
Drago
did you
Reed on
feel?
my channel last night. Good actually, because we had a little private chat before and after. And he and I, we actually don't connect that often because we just don't really need to. He is a bit of a slow responder as well. So you send him a message and he might not actually respond for like 3 weeks or something. And I can't deal with that. So, but yeah, no, it was a good interview. I was quite buzzing afterwards, and I like to watch things back, so I watch it back at speed. Here comes the Mad Wizzard.
Yes. Raphael is on, but there is no video.
It's just black, yeah.
It's a black screen, so.
There we go.
Oh, there we go.
That's a very handsome beard you got there. Oh, he's gone.
Yeah, maybe he needs some time, to set it up. But yeah, that's a Mad Wizzard.
He's coming and going.
Well, yeah. I mean, let's give him some moment. So that was really great. I listened to that episode today with Drago.
So hopefully Drago will do like a regular monthly show. Is what we were talking about. Which would be perfect because he's got loads of events coming up. That's why I wanted to get him on now. So I invited him on.
Yeah, that's great. So, are you back, Raphael?
So we don't see your camera.
Yeah, it's your camera and sound. So, how did Julia feel after the interview with Drago? The same question.
Yeah, I felt good. Thanks, guys. I felt good. But I stayed up really late because somebody else did another video which caught my attention. So I did watch some of that. And I stayed up till like 3 a.m. talking to a couple of friends of mine. Yeah. Slavka, you look great. How are you doing? New project, says Felicia DeWilt.
Thank you. You look
FeliciaDeWilt.de. Now go to her website.
Hey, nice.
Hey, Tennessee, Kentucky Bigfoot.
Yeah. Yeah, welcome. There's Tennessee, Kentucky Bigfoot in the house as well. All right.
.nl. I thought it was .de. I apologize. Felicia
it's NL because it's Netherlands.
Sorry.
Okay. So let's welcome Raphael, Mad Wizzard.
Yeah, Kat says she couldn't watch the other video. I did try to watch the other video. I was just lurking in the background, which I don't do very often, but it was interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome, Raphael. How are you?
How are you?
You've got no sound.
Sound.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. Welcome.
Right, I took the earpieces off. Right.
Okay. So
yes, I'm absolutely sunburned.
Oh.
London.
Oh, you do live in London, yeah. Are you going to come to Awaken Aware in Watford then? Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yes, I will.
Yeah. That's going to be great.
Definitely.
And where were you staying when you were at bases? Because were you like camping up a hill or something?
I camped up. There's an Iron Age hill fort up the top of where Slavka was and Celine was in the Travelodge.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, in the hotel, and it's an uphill, goes up for a couple of miles. Hill fort. It's a lovely place. The sunsets up there are absolutely stunning. They're absolutely beautiful up there. And I camped out there, I think, for the first 2 nights. And then I think the third night I stayed in the Travelodge for one night. And I thought I'd have a nice shower and relaxation, and it was lovely.
Yeah. So did you enjoy the conference? Was it your first bases?
It was my first bases. Yeah, I planned things to spend time with Sean, but it didn't transpire because, you know, he had Dr. Amir, and Dr. Amir just swept him away, which is fine because it made me concentrate on the conference and the people there. And I met some really interesting people out there, and it was really Slavka as well, yourself, AnchorHaven, and there's a few other guys there. I think Lou's a lady called Lou, Mary. What was the other guy? Sarah and Scott. He went up there. He went up a few times to ask questions. There's some really, and then my friend, friend came over from Ireland as well, who I met when I went with Sean to do a big trip in Ireland in 2023. And so I lost contact with him because I got booted out of the group because I was the admin, and they kept asking for my password, and then they booted me out. And I was like, I couldn't gain access. I couldn't connect with him, and he turns up at the conference, and I was so elated to reconnect with him. So it was just really, it was so nice to be so many people, and interestingly, a lot of the conference, some of the chats were about crop circles, which is my sort of little hobby. I try to go and visit them as much as possible. This year has been absolutely fantastic, and I met Miles today at the crop circle up at Devices with I think he had an assistant with her, a lovely lady, quite tall, was there like with the camera, and popped over and said hello, and she remembered me, so it was really,
Selena with the dark hair? Who was it?
Yeah, she's like a black lady, quite tall.
That's Selena. Oh, she's so
Selena.
Yeah. That's another Selena. Yeah.
So she was there. Yeah. So it was
I
really,
tried to phone him today, and I got no response.
He was up at the crop circle, mate. It was the crop circle. It was fantastic.
Yeah. So
and I've had so many massive experiences up that crop circles. It's just been incredible. Like being like teleported, like your mind going away, flying up into a Stargate. That's happened to me now 3 times. 3 times I've just gone off, and I've gone like through a whole tight wormhole, like the Stargate film, gone right through this whole kind of wormhole, come out another end. And that happened to me 3 times. 3 times. This in the last week.
That's amazing.
Week and a half. I've visited 3 crop circles, and it's just been spectacular. And the weather as well. It's been fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So I have no experience with crop circles. The closest I've been is doing the introductions at the conference. I know nothing about crop circles. So it's that you do.
You've got to get into them. I invite a lot of people to them, but not many people come.
Right.
And my brother came a couple of times. I've taken like my brother into a crop circle, and this lady that took me last week, she was also one of the ladies that went to this trip to Ireland. And the first time we met was because just before the trip, she wanted to see what I was like. And she said, "Oh, come on, let's meet up." And I said, "Well, I was going to go see these crop circles." And she said, "Well, I'll drive you there." And she's got these 2 lovely big dogs that, couldn't travel very far. And she took me to the first one. I went into it. I came out quickly. And then she took me to the second one, but she didn't jump out with the dogs. And I just jumped in there quickly, came back out. That's the Potton one where we were walking around on the Monday. Beautiful. And then she took me to this last one up at Oxfordshire, the 2 crop circles either side of a hill fort, an Iron Age, so-called quotations, Iron Age hill fort. They're I think hill forts are much older, and it's these 2 beautiful crop circles either side of it. And I knew that I had to stand in the center of crop circle, in the center hill fort, overlooking both crop circles. Well, you couldn't really see both, but you could see one, and you had to move over to one side and then see the other one. But I knew I just picked up the energy from the big crop circle, brought it over, and then just dropped it into the hill fort. And then it just spun, and I went down into this big tunnel of plasma, and took me out to, it looked like the galactic central sun. It's like this big white sun with stars everywhere. It was like, I was like, whoa. And then my friend said, look, my dogs are really hot. I've got to take them back to the car. And I went, okay, I'm going to jump onto I'm going to have a look at the other one. And then I'm shooting straight back. I walked over and I heard, you need to get into this one. So somebody had already gone in. So they'd made a trail into the crop circle. I went into it. And as soon as I lied down, closed my eyes and put a little sort of towel over my eyes, just to sort of darken the area, bang, I'm straight back to that white sun again. And it was like amazing. And then the next crop circles, beam of light comes right down on me on top, and I just go with the beam of light. I am gone. I am flying back to the same place again, back to that galactic central sun. I meet Goddess Ishtar, who looks like Mother Mary, right? Basically Mother Mary. And I was like, wow, it's like my mind was getting blown, you know. And then the third one, which was like the triangle one that I visited today, because I had my ticket to go back this morning. And I thought, this might be the last crop circle. I've got to turn up to it. So I had to cancel my ticket. I tried to redirect it, and it never lets you do that. So I thought I'll just pay for another ticket, you know, whenever I'm ready to go back from Swindon back to London. So I went to this crop circle, and it just, because it's like three circles with a bigger circle in the middle, and they're all connected. And the three circles just spun, and it went like a Merkaba. It just took off with me into it. And I tried to stay with it, but I just couldn't. I couldn't like stay with where it was taking me. It was just going. I just couldn't hang on to it. So, and I thought, well, what's happening? Well, that's it. Don't worry. That's it. It's something will come to you later. And I went, okay. And then I left that crop circle, and the way I left it, I had to climb a few fences to get out of it, right?
Wow.
And I bumped into this stone circle. And I was like, oh my God. They were a little bit scattered, but they were all there, all the stones. And I was like, oh my God. And there was a burial mound right on top of it. And it was right on top of the white horse. There's a white horse there, the altar, and the stone circle was right above it. And there's a chalk trail right on top of the white horse, but it's a really steep slope. And then you've got this little plateau where the stone circle is. I took a drone shot. Somebody had flown the drone shot for the crop circle video, and I did a still shot of, like a screenshot of the crop circle, the mound, you can't barely see the stone circle, and then the white horse underneath. What a beautiful shot. It was and then I just went there and sort of inaugurated this. And I know I had a dream about this area because it's near Adam's grave. There's a place there called Adam's grave, and there's a burial mound that sticks out from, you could be miles away, and you'll see this like teat almost sticking out of the hill. This lovely mound, it's huge. And I had the dream about this place, and it's got a mythology. I'm not sure I should say this out publicly, but it's connected to a certain everlasting realm, should we say, like a fey everlasting realm, everlasting youth realm. I'll call it that. I won't say the name of the realm, but it's connected to that. And it was, I was just gobsmacked. And plus I got roast cooked with the sun. I'm absolutely cooked at the moment because it was just gorgeous. So beautiful. I am just buzzing. I've got too much energy around me, you know, to sort of really ground myself, to really think. Sorry, I'm taking up so much conversation.
No, it's awesome. We love it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
So, it's really, really great that you share this, because when we met, you started to share your experience that you go outside to the fields, and then you actually you observe, and then you just go to these crop circles. So
yeah,
it's like, yeah, yes, please, like share it with us. So when you, what do you think about how it feels? What is it? These crop circles. Is it like an upgrade to? Felicia is asking. Is it like an upgrade to experiencing a crop circle, or is it more a download? And what's
Everything, every crop circle is different, right? I think you get the main people who make the main beings who make crop circles, and I believe they are the Fae that make crop circles. If you look at Irish mythology, they're called the Tuatha De Danann, or as the Irish pronounce it, the Tuatha De Danann. The Irish pronounce it that way, which means the tribe of Dan. Translated, they're not just in Ireland; they're all over. Well, they're all over the world, but they are specifically around UK as well.
Everywhere.
Yeah. So, and they're highly advanced technologically, and they're highly advanced spiritually, magically as well. They're very advanced. So they are. I think they've been called the elder brethren. They're like our older brothers, as it were. They are super advanced, but they're kind of like underground, and they're brilliant. They're absolutely brilliant. You know, they are fantastic. You need somebody like that. And so they're the ones who make the crop circles, but you get different beings, different constellations, different realms sponsoring, witches as well, sponsoring those crop circles. And normally where they're placed, there will be some sort of realm, some sort of nexus of realms, lots of commerce happening there. You know, you've got ley lines running through it as well, because ley lines do move across the countryside. Sometimes you'll always see deer tracks going into crop circles. So many times I've gone to crop circles and there's been deer tracks or deer in them or around them. So it's everything. It can be a download. It can be an upgrade. It could be anything. I've seen underwater civilization beings, versions of myself, come through in crop circles. It's anything can happen. Anything. You can be beamed out of there, you know, or you have nothing, which sometimes, for me, the litmus test is if you don't have an experience, chances are it was man-made. So you need to do your research before you turn up to these crop circles, because there are a few people that will go and film them with their drones, and you need to look at the still shots from above, because then you can tell where the mistakes are. And if there's no mistakes and they are pristine, you know, and you could look at them. Sometimes you just feel the energy of the thing, just like looking at it on a video, and you go, oh, that's just gorgeous. And when you get that initial gorgeousness, the crispness of the lines, everything is geometrically perfect, pristine. You go, yeah, this is highly advanced, high intelligence, highly magical beings and technological beings who have made this. This is not just humans with a bunch of boards. The humans have improved dramatically their crop circle making. Okay, and I do believe that they are sponsored by 3-letter agencies here and across the pond as well. So done by dummy companies, obviously. You know, it's not. They don't have the name. It's done by 3 other companies, but it's them because they want to get people to go, oh, they're man-made. And also, when there's a few people that post these videos who go there, take their drone, come back that same day to their home, they edit it, they put like a lovely bit of music with it, and then they post it on YouTube on the same day that it was found, because there's lots of flying schools around that whole area of Wiltshire, because it's not just about making them, they've got to be found, you know, and they've got to be spotted, and then that you've got to go there and then find them, what tractor lines they are, because you could go into a field, and it's happened to me many times. If you haven't done the research, you can go into the field, and if you don't know exactly what tractor line they are from one end or the other, you will go up and down the tractor lines trying to find a crop circle, because it could be right on the next tractor line and you can't see it unless you're on an elevated area. So it's very well hidden. So you really got to do your research. And there are a few websites who, when you tap onto the crop circle, it will give you a grid reference, and then you tap on that grid reference, and you can download, or you can copy that grid reference onto like a car navigation system, and it will show you exactly where it is. Like Waze is one of them. Like Waze.
Do you think the energy is different between like the elemental created ones and the man-made created ones? Can you feel the difference?
Mm-hmm.
You normally see it first, normally, because you research it first. And when you start seeing the mistakes, it just seems to escalate more. You start to see more. But generally, you can look at a human one just by first glance, and you can go, normally, you can go, yeah, that one's definitely genuine, and that one's definitely man-made. You can generally tell just by how flat and lifeless and soulless many of the human-made crop circles are.
Right.
They are soulless and lifeless and flat as a pancake, I call it, flat as a pancake. And you just think, nah, bollocks. Yeah, this is a nice attempt. And Matt Williams, right, is one of those people. He pushes this line constantly. He's a very interesting fellow, but he is a trickster, a liar, and a cheat.
Wow.
He does well. He because he makes fake crop circles, and he doesn't normally. Oh, I don't think he normally tells people that he does them.
I think they like to use the word enthusiast rather than liar and a cheat, to be honest.
well, I understand, because it's illegal to do this, and the police can get you. So you can't admit that you make them. Okay. So that the ones who make the fake crop circles don't advertise themselves publicly, because the police will arrest them.
He put himself at great risk then doing that talk, didn't he? And publicly admitting and showing evidence on the screen that he was making crop circles. He's just made himself a person of interest for sure.
Well, saying that, he's already been arrested for some things that he's done. So, his past history is already accounted for, shall we say. Yeah. So anything that he may have done recently, he's not going to admit. But he can talk about the stuff that he has done, because the police have already collared him for some of the things.
So Danny is saying trespassing is illegal, so we're not condoning trespassing or breaking laws in any states in any way, in any country.
Absolutely.
This is for entertainment purposes, whatever.
Yeah. Totally.
No. So what do you think, how it is being done? Would it be pure plasma?
I've seen plasma channels come down to the earth. I've seen them go up to the earth. I've seen crop circles just spin like a UFO and then take off with you in them. Not physically, but in your mind, you're off. You're going. You meet beings. Sometimes you'll meet, if you're a little bit clairvoyant, you'll meet beings coming into that crop circle. A lot of the time, it's the night after you visit a crop circle, the first 2 nights of visiting a crop circle, that stuff happens. You'll get visited in your dreams when you're sleeping. That happens a lot as well. Last night I was getting visited by magical beings. I was like, flipping heck, I thought you was just like a story in a children's book, but no, you're a real character, who's been written about by several people. Rudyard Kipling was one of them, and the other one was William Shakespeare writing about it. One of the magic folk. He's got stories behind him, and he comes and I'm in my little tent, and he comes and says, I want you to do something for us. So you meet magical beings on this, because there is just so many realms. The Wiltshire, the UK is just saturated. Mother Earth has got so many realms, so many portals, so many guardians to those realms. It's just like every barrow, if you're going to Wiltshire, there's barrows everywhere, absolutely everywhere. This has been stretching on for thousands of years.
By TKB, sorry? Can you pin that comment by TKB on the screen?
Yeah, there is he wrote some really good comment. So most crop circles are in South England per met. Yeah. South of England is the body of King Goldemar. Can show you on the map. He was seen as allies or neighbors to local fairies and nature spirits. So what do you think about that?
Well, Wiltshire is a concentrated area of this. Wiltshire and just below, going towards sort of Bournemouth, not Devon so much, but just underneath, you've got another cluster of lots of Neolithic barrows, long barrows, just stones, circles, standing stones. there's a huge amount of it just below west. So you've got Avebury, Stonehenge, which is sort of the Wiltshire area, but then if you go to the next county below that, you've even got more there, which not many people really know about it, but it's fascinating. It's just everywhere, absolutely. And when you start to connect with this stuff, it's just everywhere. And because Wiltshire does have quite a few flying schools around there, there's always airplanes up there. Or if a farmer spots one, they report it immediately. So this is how the network is found normally when they're first discovered. Like literally the day that they are made, somebody finds them. Somebody has filmed it, somebody's seen it, somebody's reported it. And then there are these dedicated few people who just obsessed with it. They'll go out there very quickly. They live around Stonehenge area, Amersham area. They will drive out there. They will get their drone up. They will fly it. They will take it home. They will edit it, put a little nice bit of music to it, and post it on YouTube on the same day. And then normally the day or two afterwards, certain websites will post the information, and then you give you a grid reference so you can actually go there yourself and find it. And you need the videos as well, because sometimes the videos tells you the shape of the field, where are the tractor lines. So you look at the tractor lines, and which tractor lines from what edge of the field, how many are in, is it the top end of it? Is it the bottom end of it? Is it like 5, 4? Like today sir had 4 and 5 tractor lines from one side, from one edge in. But I walked down it and I counted it, and as I was walking up, I thought, I can't see this crop circle at all. I could not. And it was only when I got right up to it. So I'd already had to travel quite a bit of the field to go up the crop tractor line. And then I saw it and I was like, oh, there it is. I thought, so many times you can't see the crop circle. So you've really got to work it out beforehand, where it is and how to get into it, and how to get into the field without stepping on any crop. Use the tractor lines.
Slavka went for a flight, didn't you? What was that like, Slav?
That
flying. Yeah.
Yes, me and Selina, and actually Mad Wizzard, we all of us, we went in the same car.
Yeah.
So that was amazing.
Yeah.
Selina went first, and she had the long flight over Wiltshire. And I was afterwards. And for me, it was apparently the short one, because then, of course, whatever got shifted, then the weather changed rapidly, and that was like crazy wind, and then the storm.
Yeah.
So that was really something like, wow, okay. And I get the chance to see Avebury.
I still have not been back to Avebury in like 3
No.
years. And I've just done devices twice in 1 week. I literally had to go up and down twice in 1 week. And I still couldn't make it to thingy. But Miriam Yancey said to me that she's going to host something in September or October in Stroud. She's going to host a wellness event or something, and she'll take me to Avebury. That's what she said. We'll do whatever you want. When I got there, she's like, I must go talk to the mountains. I've got to go and talk to the mountains. And she just fled and went to Wales. And I was like, oh, so I can't go. But I did get abducted in devices last week. When I went back to drop off the suitcase, I literally got freaking abducted with Miles, walking home from the pub like 11:30 at night. Got mesmerized by the stars, taken to an underground base. I've had it remote viewed. Yeah, not good. So do you think you got abducted, Mad Wizzard, while you were there?
Yeah.
Me abducted?
Yeah.
You're asking me today? Not that I'm aware of, but if it was, he hasn't come back yet. So if he has been abducted, he come back.
Did you see the video that Sean and Miles did together recently when they did the map work on devices in the local area?
I haven't had a chance to look at that one.
Oh, definitely watch it, because they went into all areas around there, and the school in devices, Sean's like, oh yeah, there's a Naga base under the school. And all this, and I was like, whoa. So I knew that there was a base, right? Because I knew that when I went in December, we got pulled in for a super soldier briefing, like me and Drago and another guy. And I left a note on my phone telling me that had happened. So I knew there was a base. Miles always talks about there being a base, but I never thought of the entire town as just one big massive base or more,
Wow.
Yeah.
with different factions, different ETs, different agencies, militaries. Like, it's a serious issue down there.
No, yeah.
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 Interesting.
Yeah, you know, when Miles took us for outside that day, I think that was the first day. You, it was Monday when
Yeah.
we went out, and you remember, Raphael,
Yeah.
where it was, and there was like we were in between two fields, and there was like a strong presence, and there was
Yeah.
just like one single tree, oak tree, in the middle
Yeah.
of the field, like.
Yeah.
And it was when you saw the shape of the field, you know, of that crops. It was eye, and the tree was growing out like its eye,
Yeah.
and it was a portal that was like, okay, this is just like one tree, so that was really suspicious. Like, okay, and the
Yeah.
position of it, and then of course. Then just Miles came and look at there. Where is it pointing? You know, where is it showing up? So that was a lot of symbology there. And
Yeah.
I felt that energy. Both fields had a different energy. But when we left, when we were leaving, there was, okay, I felt that bubble, that energetic shield that was there, present. And it was like when we were leaving that field, it was like you know, book the change, energetic change. So it was like you felt that you were inside of the bubble.
Mm.
So
Was it
that
near
was really
Avebury, or was it on the way to Avebury?
No,
So
it was outside of Devices.
It was outside. I don't remember the name of the place, by the way.
Pottern.
Maybe you remember.
Pottern
Okay.
is the name of the little village just
Yeah,
south
but it
of
wasn't
Devices.
far away from Devices.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was.
Yeah. So when you come down from Devices, you go through Devices, you come out and you go on the main A road. The next little village is called Pottern. And then that where we were was just sort of up the field, up a couple of fields up from there. So
Yeah.
Pottern would have been the nearest village. I know that because I went to a crop circle there, across on the other side of where that tree was, where you were, Slavka. So it was on the other field from where we were standing. You had where we were standing, then you had the tree, and then on the other side, you had that field there, which is I visited there once for a crop circle, and it was a like a lotus kind of flower, absolutely. It was like a round, and then it had all the petals on the outside. So it was like a sunflower. It was essentially a sunflower, and you know where the center was, there was no tractor lines, so you couldn't make a circle that perfect, and all the petals around it. It was a perfect crop circle that no human could really properly make, you know, that beautifully. And
there's a place called One Tree Hill.
Where?
Near Pottern, just outside Pottern.
All right.
So,
well, that's
yeah,
it. I think that's the tree.
Yeah.
That might be the tree, because it's a known landmark. It's even got its own name, you know.
Yeah.
So you know that it's a well-known place.
Yeah, so that's what you told me afterwards, because I just focused on that tree where it was, you know, the shape of the eye, and that caught my attention, and like where it was pointing, you know. On some small hill, you know, up there was a certain statue. Okay, so it was like really okay. This is really interesting. And at that oak tree, there was nothing, only just one stone and like some roses, you know, that were already like, you know, trashed, you know. So that was really interesting. Why is it there just this oak tree? Yeah, what's the purpose? And then of course, yeah, there was I've got the like vision. Maybe it's just my own perspective, but I got the vision of what it was, hologram, I don't know, of the small beings that are there, and you know, like just running through that crops, and they were friendly. They were saying, oh, we're not
sweet.
here to harm you. So
Lovely.
they were like peaceful. Okay, they seemed small to me, you know, and friendly. They're just observing. I don't know. I didn't feel really like some malevolent energy from there. So that's just from my own observation what I felt.
Sure. Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and afterwards you mentioned the tractor, but we met. You know, when we were left the field, there was a huge tractor. You know, passed our
Yeah.
way. Like what?
it was.
Like
Yeah,
it came out of nowhere.
Yeah. That's the beauty of that area, that you could just, you could get a little one-man tent, very discreet, you little camp somewhere really nice and interesting. You have some really interesting dreams. It's just the whole place is saturated with lots of different magical beings. And if you sleep in certain places discreetly, you meet them. They come and they meet you. As soon as this is the thing about going crop circles, you start to really saturate your body with this magical energy, and so it's like a residue that stays with you for a long while in your soul as well. So when you go and you spend time in these places, it's just like they come to you. They just come to you. You meet so many different fae, different types of fae and fairy. I'm classifying them slightly different. The sort of little Tinkerbell type fairies with the little,
Oh
little
yeah.
wings and stuff, fluttering sort of butterfly wings sort of thing. It's just lovely. Lots and lots of different types of fae will come visit you. So it's just, the whole area is just stunning. So it's different to Glastonbury. Glastonbury is a different energy. You've got different types of beings there. Still a lot of fae.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still a fae realm, Glastonbury. The fae run that realm, but you've got lots of other different types of beings coming in. So it's kind of like a nexus for a lot of Celtic stuff, but also you've got witches and stuff like that come there as well to Glastonbury.
I had an experience at the Chalice Well last year. So like July 2025, I'd had a big foot surgery. So I was in a cast, I was in a wheelchair, and all my friends, we drove all the way down. We had a cottage just a few doors down from the Chalice Well, and they just had to kind of park me at the lowest pool while they all went off gallivanting. So I'm sitting on this bench for 90 minutes alone, and I'm just looking around, and I actually felt the presence of forest people at the Chalice Well. Wow. And then I got this big elemental flush of energy come down my body and out my foot.
Wow.
So they were just pushing the energy through my body for like 90 minutes. But I really felt like forest people were there, and you just wouldn't expect that, would you, in Glastonbury? Like Bigfoot just to be there at the Chalice Well. So that was pretty cool. Yeah. So it was that moment where I realized there's nothing I could do but just surrender to the energies. Yeah.
Glastonbury is such a magical place. The well, the two springs, you might say, because you've got the well, which is the red spring, and across the road you've got the white spring, which you've got to be careful.
I've never been able to get there to the white spring. Something's stopping me getting to the white spring.
It's a stunning little building, right, with lots of kind of water features. People go in there and bathe naked.
Yes, I know.
It's dark. There's candles everywhere. So it's only lit by candles. So it has like a very kind of like Roman Greek kind of temple, a water temple. There's water everywhere on the floor. You've got this kind of like.
Did you?
No, I avert my eyes, darling. I'm an old man. I avert my eyes because there's women there naked. There's barely any men there. There's women naked in there, bathing in this not gloomy, because it's quite dark, but the candles give it that whole atmosphere. You feel like you're in a Roman type temple, and it's just like wow, and there's just like little shrines everywhere. It's quite a big room, if you will, big building. It's quite big.
So it's like a cave, right? Like a cave.
It's like a cave.
Pools. Yeah.
Exactly. It's like a cave. There's a very cave, and they've got one little corner where they kind of drop their clothes and they get changed and dry up and all that, and then a lot of them go into the pot. It's like, and people just come in and they walk in and they sort of, no music, no food. There's certain restrictions about going into it.
No music even. Interesting.
Yeah. You can't unless you do like a private thing, you know, a private group, you can go in as a private group and do stuff in there within limits. But a lot of private groups go and do that. So yeah, it's a Glastonbury, and then the tour itself is like a fey realm up there. And whenever I go, I always like to go during the solstices or equinoxes. At certain times of the year. I don't do it every time I go there, but certain times of the year, like in bulk, which is around February 1st. Winter solstice is massive up there. It's so powerful up there, and I normally go up there the night before the actual morning of the sunrise of the solstice, or you know, the equinox. You go up there that night or that evening, and the energy up there is intense. It's so incredible up there. I've been up there at winter solstice, freezing, ice cold, freezing wind blowing strongly, and you're absolutely suffering up there, but the feeling is so incredibly beautiful. Excuse me.
What about dragons? Can you feel the dragon energy when you're there?
Yeah, did you feel it?
I tell you what I feel is music. It's a very musical place. You get people go up there and play an instrument or do a little bit of singing, and but really stunning. And don't forget, you got the Glastonbury what's it, the big music
festival.
Festival.
Yeah.
They didn't have it for this year, but most of the years they have the Glastonbury Festival, which is not that nearby, but it's in the area, a few farms away. So it's a very, very musical place. People go up there and they play beautiful. I've been up there at night, you know, almost dropping off in sleep and just like freezing, but because, you know, it's not a place to camp. And then somebody will come in with a little drum or a little instrument and start playing gently at night, you know. And it's just like I've heard music like from Faye singing, and the hairs at the back of my neck just go right up, and it's like, wow, like it's like you are like your spine is like a xylophone, and every note is just being played as the hairs in the back of your head just go up, and it's like you're arching just with that pure magic and ecstasy of just, you know, the Fae have got so many, you know, they are dangerous folk, you know, you've got to be very careful because they've got so much power compared to us.
With the fairies.
Yeah, you've got to be very careful because they've got things that will mess with you and push you to extremes. So they're very careful with us to not give us too much, because if we taste a little bit of bliss, we become like drug addicts. Like we just need this bliss because it's so intensely, exquisitely beautiful that you'll just you'll dedicate your whole life to it because it's so incredible. That they have to be very careful with humans because we're very sort of susceptible to this sort of
I'm a guardian of dark bliss. So dark bliss comes from the void, so I have access to that. And I've had people try and activate me in the last 6 months for me to release this dark bliss. No, that's mine. Sorry,
Steady
and
on.
it's intoxicating, but it's extremely powerful. Darker energies. I normally go to Glastonbury every year to do the Priestess Presence Temple Day, but I'm not going this year. I'm a miracle priestess, so I work with oils. I do anointing work, and I go to the chalice well, and I get my water every year, and that goes into my oil blends, and I do like full body anointing with my clients, activations and gateway work and stuff like that. But this year it's all about devices for some reason rather than Glastonbury. So interesting, different energies. There's a great question or a statement there from TKB. Can you put that one on the screen? So a lot of info there about fairy circles. That's really cool.
Really great.
TKB, they live in such a magical place, and they've got access to like gold. They can go pan for gold, they can go mine for crystals, they've got forest people around them and all that kind of stuff, and I can't wait to go out there, spend time with them in America next year. Can't wait. I go and stay with them. I hope so. Cool. What are you up to, Slavka? Are you coming to, so next week you're coming here to the UK, Awaken Aware Conference, you're flying in. I'm traveling down by train. We're going to be staying together. I'm trading and you're going to the talks. It's going to be fun. So I'm having a table, which will be like our base, that we can all come back to my little base. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Great. I'm really excited. Looking forward to see you and see the others. And hopefully, Raphael, you're coming as well, you said?
You got a ticket for Awaken Aware Conference. So ufoacademy.com is where you get the tickets from, and they are £67 for the Saturday and Sunday. It's at High Elms Manor in Watford, which is a stately manor house, and there is Skywatch as well in the night, so I can't wait for that. Carrie Cassidy's talking, Arthur Jones, I don't know who that is. John P. Moss, I don't know who that is, but it looks like it's a UFO. Miles Johnston's talking, Maria Wheatley. Yeah, Mark Christopher Lee is talking. Simon Holland and Simon Parks. Now, I don't know Simon Parks, but I'm going to do some research. There's something about his name. My body goes, Simon Parks. So there's something there that I need to...
I've heard of him. I've listened to him. Yeah.
What do you think?
Hi, Heather.
Controversial character, controversial information. For sure.
Yeah. So
he does say
kind of history, but I don't know what it is yet.
He speaks very clearly, very nicely and politely. He's a lovely, sort of well-spoken, polite man, courteous man. But some information's, he some of the things that he was getting information was like from what's the word I'm going to use this and
be diplomatic.
False. It was like a fake agenda, and he was like the talks person for this fake agenda. Don't ask me which one it was, and he ran with it for months afterwards, long after it was known that this was all fake. And so, when I saw that, I was like, I used to listen to him a little bit because he came out with some really interesting information. But when I saw that this was a fake agenda and he was still pushing the narrative of this fake agenda, I just went, step back.
So do you think there was some like MK Ultra going on there, some mind control, or?
Yeah, there's definitely, he talked about a lot of different types of aliens that he's met and stuff like that. Okay. So he's had contact, but he does rely on other people for his information. And that makes him a little bit vulnerable to a bit of disinformation,
Okay.
So
it'll be interesting to see what he's going to be talking about at this event. See if he's got anything new to share. I don't know. So I'm going to have to do some research and see. But I don't have a talk ticket. I've only got a vending ticket. So I'm relying on you guys telling me what's going on. But I'm going to be networking and meeting people and having fun and doing some secret podcasting. So I think it'll be fine. Great. I don't know. But meeting Carrie Cassidy, I've not met her before. She comes on typical skeptic. She's pretty controversial herself, I think, these days. So that's going to be interesting. If we get to meet her, I don't know. Maybe. I love Maria Wheatley. She's absolutely freaking awesome. Did you guys both meet Maria Wheatley at bases recently?
I didn't speak to her, but I saw her. Yeah,
I did speak to her.
I've seen her a few times.
We did a podcast together, like a few days before bases, and she's pretty awesome. So I'm looking forward to that.
I saw her speech, her conference speech, about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And it was literally almost the same speech she did at conference, like basically 26, that what she had done, except there was one or two diagrams I didn't see. No paintings that she didn't show for this one, because she's dealing with archaeology. It shouldn't change that much. Yeah, so she is focusing a lot more on the archaeology.
Yeah,
but she
if the archaeology is changing, then we've got a problem.
But don't get me wrong. Some of her stuff is very interesting, but it's like the long skull stuff is fascinating. It is fascinating. So, don't listen to me.
Yeah. What did you think of Sean's talk at bases?
Oh, Sean's talk. Do you know, I have to be careful because I've been told that I am a member of the cult of Sean. So
me too. I've literally got the hat. So I've been
Oh, right, there you go. You got that more than I.
I know. I don't know. Not everybody likes that I work with Sean. I've had people email me and stuff like that. But for me, Sean is soul family. He literally is an SSP family as well. Like we're literally work together and stuff. So yeah.
Sean's talk was just he was just blasting.
I don't think
breaking up. You're breaking up. I can't hear.
Yeah.
Can you hear me, Steffa? Oh, we lost her.
Yeah.
It's her turn now to get blasted out.
Sometimes these technical issues, but yeah, we are holding the space for Julia.
We are holding the space.
Yes, we're holding the space.
We are holding it.
So how is it going?
I'm holding it with both hands.
Yeah. So I really enjoyed all speakers.
Sean's speech was incredible. Absolutely. He was blasting. It was like he was blasting on every single level of our soul family, of our higher selves, or our spiritual entourage, all the different types of spiritual entourage. It was like he was doing the speech, and every one of us in the auditorium, but every aspect of our higher self and spiritual entourage was getting gifts, was getting codes, was getting everything. Like he was just giving in his speech. It was just, I was gobsmacked when I listened to him. You could hear it because he's like, the energy was there. He was just blasting it all out. And it was just like, he was just hitting all of us with, like his whole higher self and spiritual entourage was just giving to everyone in the spiritual realms. And it was just massive. When I listened to that, when I saw it, I was like, geez, like it was incredible, absolutely incredible. I was gobsmacked. Less about what he was saying, even though what he was saying was really cool. And he was really, sometimes when you listen to him on YouTube and he says certain terminologies, you go, what was that about? What was he talking about there? But when you have a one-to-one session with him, or you hear him speak in the conference, he was brilliant. He was so clear. You could understand everything. I mean, Issa as well. I loved her presentation. Normally, I struggle to understand what she says, but her presentation was just slowed it down. She described it all. It hit me, some of the pictures that she had painted, the geometric patterns that she had shown, and I had. When I do these love overwhelms, and you open your heart and you sort of like open up and you start to feel the energy around you, all that structures that she had painted, she had these sort of laminated type boards where she had painted these geometric patterns. And as soon as I saw them, I went, I know what that is. I've felt that. I experienced that. I know what you're showing me. And it was just like fast. And then to see the crystal skulls that they brought with them. Oh man, they were incredible. Those crystal skulls were the long skulls were absolutely astonishing. They were beautiful. Absolutely. What a piece of beautiful, magical, spiritual art those crystal skulls that they brought with them and got through customs. That was I was like, if you carry that on your person, they will search it. They will bring it out and they will swab it with, because when I took my crystal skull to Ireland, it was okay going there. But when I came back, they checked it, they took it out of the case and they swabbed it for explosives. And because the actual, I saw it on the screen, it was bright red. It just stood up on the X-ray screen. It was just, or whatever screen they're using. It was, my crystal skull was blasting after that trip. It was incredible. So those crystal skulls that Sean brought were fantastic.
Yeah, the long skull, you mean?
Yeah. And also the amethyst one. Did you see the smaller amethyst one? There was Issa had the smaller one that was an amethyst one. Oh man, she wasn't sure about letting me touch it, and she handed it to me, and I touched it very gently and held it, firmly. But what a crystal it was! Really heavy. The crystal skulls seem to be really, really heavy, and funny that when you use them, in sort of ceremonies, whatever, any sort of spiritual stuff, and you use them afterwards, they're really heavy. You know, you think, blimey, what's that? What have you done here? You know, crystal skulls are very interesting.
It was.
So where's AnchorHaven? Where is she? Mijuli, where are you?
Oh yeah. So she's coming. He's back.
Hi. I'm so sorry.
Hey.
I got
You're
a phone
back.
call.
Great.
I got a phone call from Miles Johnston, and he just locked up my phone because my phone is very hot. So my phone's overheating. So when he tried to call it, Miles is very psychic, and he always phones me at the worst moment.
Perfect. He
Like
he
right in the
caught
middle of
life.
the presentation and stuff like that. Yeah, he does it. When I was presenting for Summer Days conference and I was talking about handlers, Miles literally phoned me 3 times in a row, and iPhone let the call through, thinking it was an emergency. As I'm talking about handlers, right? So it's like, what the hell? Not saying that he is a handler, but it's a handler type, scenario there. Anyway,
All right, so
yeah.
I got it. Why you wrote his name now? You know that Kate was him.
Yeah. So we're planning bases November is what it is. So I gave him a missed call, so he's phoned me back, and this is the time when he's literally like heading to the pub and all that. So sometimes he calls me very late at night. Yeah. So you artifacts. So there was a little artifact at the table, on Sean's table, which was a little alien, a brown alien artifact.
Yes.
I spent time with that, and I felt it was trying to open up my third eye. I was just holding it, and I was trying to like connecting in with it, and I could feel it like trying to expand my third eye. Did you guys connect with anything on Sean's table that you thought was energetic like that?
Slavka?
Yeah. I mean, I felt something, interaction with third eye from that small skull, small ET, let's call it. But I had interaction with that. It was like sort of crystal long skull, the big one that he brought.
Yeah.
And I had interaction with that one because that one really likes like females, of course, because I felt like male energy coming out of it. And it was sort of okay, it's like flirting, sort of, this energy. Yeah, because I felt like down there, like in the pelvic area and in my
what?
Yeah.
What?
Sacral creative energy activation. Come on.
Yes.
Wizzard.
Yes. So that's what I'm saying.
Kundalini. Yeah.
It was funny.
Hello. Hello. What?
So that's like creative divine fire energy coming in. That's awesome. Yeah. I didn't really connect with the big skull because there was too many people. When I put my hand over the skull, it was as if to say, not now, like we need like one-on-one time alone, and we just weren't getting it. So I just kind of said, okay, another time. And then when I was sitting, because I was in the middle of Slavka and Sean Bond, like having the time of my life, right? I'm like, and Sean would just look over at me every day and go, love you. I'm like, I love you too, Sean Bond. Sorry, it was amazing. And then I'd look behind her and be like, Isha, like she's like 2 tables away. I love Isha, I really do. And she messaged me earlier, but she's like, hello dear. You're like, hello dear. She always calls me dear, and that's really super sweet. But yeah, I felt more supported at this conference than I did at the last one. The last one was a bit plus I was having massive upgrades at the last one. Super soldier energetic upgrades were intense at the last one, because Draco and I met in person for the first time, and our energetic bond, bam, like super soldier dyad reconnect. It was like full on like transformer moment going on. But this one was so nurturing, so loving, soul family coming together, and I just felt really supported. Yeah, this one was different. I think it's because the weather was different as well. And we just had a lighter energy, I think, wasn't it?
It made it more intense, that heat. The heat just like it just opened the connections even more. It was just so uncomfortable being in there, the heat, even though they opened the doors, the conference doors. But it just warmed everyone up, It was the kind of the the alchemical mix that was needed for that conference, even though it felt a little bit uncomfortable, but it just worked. It just worked.
I had,
you know.
So because I was running around a lot, but there were moments when I could just sit outside by myself and like calm myself down. I really liked that, but because it was getting overwhelming for me, like people coming up to me trying to talk, and I was overwhelmed a lot of the time. Because being on stage, I'm not normally on stage that much. I'm a seasoned public speaker, but I normally do like mind, body, spirit events. So I'll do like a 45-minute talk. That's it, like one a day. I'm not like constantly on stage or anything like that. So this was quite overwhelming for me. But it was a great weekend, I thought. Yeah. Shout out to Heather. For Heather, I was staying with Heather, and we had a lovely house in Marlborough. It was really nice. Yeah, and she, you know, kept me grounded and fed. Yeah, so that was really awesome. Yeah.
Heather Feathers.
Yeah.
She's brilliant. She's sweet.
Yeah, she's
she's lovely.
That's Source of Proof. That's Heather Feathers.
I loved her.
Yeah,
she was lovely.
Yeah, she also felt that strong energy from that small cream eating engraved stone artifact.
Yeah, she's pretty awesome. Yeah,
I liked her. She had a nice vibe.
Felicia DeWalter saying you love crystal skulls that much. This is about your sacral activation. I think. Flix is a bit naughty.
Take your mind out. Take your mind out the gutter.
There's a crystal skull that was in the suitcase, and it's long, but it's got a face of like a barracuda. Like me and Miles were looking at it in the suitcase, like, oh. So this is the one that I'm going to be bringing with me to Awaken a World. Hopefully, if Miles brings the suitcase, then I'm going to have that skull with me. But I'm going to be the custodian of this skull. I'm going to hold on to it. I'm not going to sell it. I'm going to hold on to it, hopefully, and then take it to America with me next year, I think, when I meet up with the guys.
It's
That's
good to
my
pour.
plan anyway. That's my plan.
It's good to pour water over it to cleanse it.
Okay.
Pour some clean water over it, and you can also power up those crystal skulls with a candle flame nearby, and offer the candle plasma as an offering to the crystal skull. So you know, don't have it too close. You can have it at a little distance, but you offer the plasma, and it's like. It's a beautiful offering to your crystal skull to really give it, you know, a connection with it, and it powers them up, so they work with you even more strongly. Yeah.
My little Scully. I have a lot of dragon skulls. I'm a keeper of like 20 dragon skulls.
Wow.
I have a lot. I do crystal therapies, so and I teach crystals. This guy's just on my desk with me all the time. This one. Yeah, nice. I keep him in a little bag, otherwise he stares at me, judging me occasionally.
They want to be with you. They want to work with you. They want to, like I take my crystal skull. It's quite a big skull. I take it with me. I put it in a wooden box, nice coffee box. I put some sheets around it, sort of cloths around it, so it protects it. It doesn't like going in cargo.
Oh, right. Yeah, no, I don't.
It wants to stay with you. It always wants to stay with you on your person. And whenever I go somewhere, I bring it out and I'll hold it in my hand, you know, or I might put it down on the ground and let it scan. So it's a companion. Yeah.
I've got black kyanite with me today because I've been getting a lot of attacks, very public attacks. So breaking out the black kyanite, you know, I'm suiting up right now. Yeah.
You should. Awesome. You should. Do you ever think about using your higher self and your spiritual entourage to capture things that come at you?
Well, I'm not quite there with like Sean, how he's saying that you capture things and turn them into your own personal army. I have a lot of clones, so potentially I've got my own clone army anyway, as in millions. So, but I do, because I also do things with Sean, and we do the live vision quest as well. So I do work with my ego as a warrior aspect of me. So I do that kind of work. But I'm not as far into it as you are with that kind of work yet. But no.
Because as soon as you get that ability, you know, that's it. Bomb. They want you going here. They want you going there. Yeah. And they want you to start using that ability and start removing stuff and quarantining it.
Yeah. Well, there was and I talked about this in one of the videos from last year. There was a time when I was just like relaxing into meditation, and then I found myself as like a floating head walking down a street, and then it was honed in on like an ET in this realm, and it had like tentacle dreadlocks, and it had these big glasses on. And me as a floating head just turned around, and it was like, you're not meant to be here. And then I came back into my body, plasma released out, and I saw it go. A ball of white plasma went out through the roof of my house. And then I'm saying, well, what just happened? So I'm saying to Sean, well, what did I do? And he's like, oh, you probably just quarantined it. You know, you can retrain it, rehabilitate it, put it into your army. And then I was like, what? What have I done? Like, so yes, I've probably got some random ET that I've harnessed, and he's in a cell right now in the AnchorHaven clone army. I don't know.
Well, you know, once you start doing this consciously, you know, once, you know, that's the thing, you've got to get to the point where you're ready to do it. Your higher self and your spiritual entourage and your clone army, part of your spiritual entourage, when they're ready to do this and they've been given the authority, as it were, and it's just like pending, really. That's it. You know, you're off. You know how to do it. Anything comes at you, you can just, you know, trap it and stick it away in a quarantine realm, and it's just it just solves it doesn't solve everything, don't get me wrong, you know, but it really does. It's a beautiful thing to have. I generally get
because I've been trying to break down my super soldier recall over the last year, so I'll get stuff come in and then I'll take it to Sean, and then we'll do the live vision quest on air. So when everything's really dark and nefarious, I just get Sean in, and I'm like, deal with that. And then because I know that he's there, and then that I can just relax, and I don't need to worry about, am I guarded, am I protected, whatever. And then I can just go in and I can just do and see what I see and deal with it, and knowing that he's there to support me. So I'm still a bit young with that kind of work, I think, because I don't trust myself. I'm very, very dark energy. I embody really, really, like, I'm used as a weapon in the secret space program. I'm literally a weapon. I'm anchored to another soldier because I'm a weapon, right? So Drago Reed has to anchor me, and I anchor him because I'm used as a dark weapon. And to stop me doing that in the here and now, they shut down my emotions, and I'm slowly getting emotions back as I train myself to control whatever's going on in there, right? So I only work with Sean for remote viewing and stuff like that. I don't work with anybody else to go deep into stuff, because I don't trust myself at all. It's dangerous. And Drago Reed remembers, like, me taking out entire towns, and it's documented in my records that I've blown up the moon in another realm of existence and stuff like that. So it's documented. So I don't trust it. I work with people who I feel safe with. Anyway, I'm gonna have to go soon because I've got a group that starts in 30 minutes, and it's my experiencer private Zoom group. And so I've got about 20 minutes, and then I've got to go. So just letting you guys know. But this is so fun. This is so good.
I love it that we came together, just, you know, three of us.
So we're all at bases. We're all going to go to Awaken Aware. We've all got very different perspectives of what went on. So it's great to get that kind of 360 of the conference. My favorite talk was probably Isha's, but I don't understand her work. It's like, woo, but she had like animations running and all this kind of stuff, and I just think she's amazing. So
I love how the slides stopped working, and she held her composure. She stayed calm. Not one little flicker of alarm. The men came. You know, Matt went there, and so did Miles, and they sorted out what the technical problem was, and she just held her space. She held it there, and as soon as they got everything back online and the slides started showing, she just carried on very calmly. And I thought, not just for that little moment, what I thought was really special, but what she was talking about, and I know how, you know, because, you know, her sort of Hispanic sort of accent might be difficult for some people. I do struggle with it sometimes, but that presentation, right, you know, because it's in her mind, she's thinking Spanish and then translating into English and then saying the sentences in that way, whereas she's not. So it doesn't come across as, you know, the terminology is difficult to understand. You don't know what what the terminology means. So, you know, you need to explain what the terminology is so people can, leapfrog across the information. But she did it so beautifully. I understood everything she said. She did it calmly. She just pronounced everything beautifully. And at the end of it, I was like, wow, that was so professional. That was like a professional and interesting, speech conversation.
Yeah, for me, she was like the standout speaker. I think I really just she's very professional. She's got the Mackinac conferences coming up. I think Disclosure Mackinac in Michigan, that's coming up soon.
Yes.
I think she might have other ones in Las Vegas. I'm not too sure. I'll have to check.
Yeah, she will be speaking at multiple conferences. So
Yeah, so good. Yeah.
Yeah, she has very detailed
Mm.
and precise, presentation. So it's a really stream of information. If someone really wants to go deeper, it's really perfect. Yeah, and obviously it requires a certain level of understanding as well for that.
She's very scientific.
Yes,
she?
Also as well.
Well, she works with the Boogosphere. She's on that science team for the Boogosphere.
Yeah. That's her thing. That's her bag. It's the science stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I really enjoyed your presentation, Julia.
Oh,
it was a confession basically because it was very sensitive content, and it was the way how you actually handled it. And how you navigated through that was very deep healing for you and for the others as well.
Because we'd done the conference the week before, hadn't we, Slavka, the Summer Days conference. So I presented it in the online format there. And just making it was so hard and healing. And we had to cut it down to 35 minutes. And you know, when I went to do it at bases, I actually forgot to actually expand into some areas. So I thought the next slide was going to come up, and it didn't because it'd been cut down for the previous conference. And I was like, oh shit. So just like, you're clicking, you're expecting something's going to come up, and it doesn't. And you're like, oh dear. Keep calm, carry on. Yeah. So I should have edited it a little bit for the longer, but I managed to fit it within 45 minutes, which is perfect because I wasn't timing it. But because I'd already prepared it to cut into 35 minutes, it was perfect. So so shout out to Gina Virginia Casella for doing such an awesome conference the week before the Summer Days conference. It was really great practice for all of us presenting. Yeah, you did a great one there, Slavka. Yours was very heartfelt. Yeah, very deep. Yeah. Oh, thank you guys. Yeah. So, but it kind of my presentation at Basis was bringing closure in a way to the topic that Drago started in December, and he didn't get to fully present his Command Nexus Codex one, but he started to talk about our shared testimony in December. So then I brought in my perspective of the shared testimony in June. So I feel like I've done that now, and I don't need to go back to that for a while. So that's great. So it's like, so people can understand what he was trying to get to in December when he called me on stage and he's trying to talk about our bond. And then I went into how the trauma twin and the dyad bond are not the same, but we've got both and that kind of thing. And we're literally like genetic siblings, which is just batshit crazy as well. So yeah. But you can see it on the video last night. Although you have to watch the side-by-side version to really see that we are genetic siblings, or you have to watch the video that Bob Osborne recorded at Bases in December, and you see our mannerisms are the same, our skin color is the same, our hair's even the same color, our ears honestly, it's weird. Yeah, it was really weird. But yeah, Draco Reed did a great talk yesterday. Hey?
Is he coming in December?
No, I don't believe so. But I've got other people on my list who are very, very exciting. That's all I'll say. So yeah, so there's other people in my awareness that I'm trying to get into the Basis. People who've never spoken at Basis before. I've put my suggestions in, and I'm very excited about my choices. But it's up to Miles at the end of the day who is coming on that speaker list. Yeah, I don't get a final say on anything. I just support him. I'm his gal Friday, basically. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, so I look forward to upcoming meetings.
Yeah,
it's always good to have extra guest speakers just in case some blow out for whatever reason.
Well, the weird thing about the last one was that Phil Graham and his team were meant to be presenting, and they didn't show, they didn't contact, nothing. It was like Miles was fuming. He really was. But the way the day had planned out, I don't know if I could have fit it in. We would have ended up staying longer if they turned up, and because the timing was so tight on everything. I know
Things
some people
worked out
would like
that
to talk
things worked out
longer,
that
but
way.
it was, it worked
Things
out
worked out.
perfectly. Yeah, it
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
So, but it was a big deal because Miles believed that Phil Graham's team talking about connection to non-human intelligences in that Wiltshire area was a key component to the conference. And then when they didn't turn up, he was really fuming about it. So I don't know what happened there, but obviously they weren't meant to be. Some form of handling, perhaps.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Miles told someone Julia's in charge. Yeah. You can't talk to Miles at his events at all. He's doing his engineering work. That is it. Do not get in his way. I don't talk to Miles, right? If you see me go on the backstage, I'm whispering to Matthew, trying not to look at Miles. And even Matthew's like, don't talk to me, don't talk to me. And I just show him a clipboard of like, this is who's next. Can we line up this next person? Yeah, because we did not have a set schedule this time. I just had like an idea of who was talking each day. Yeah, and I just had to coordinate it. Yeah.
It's a cool business arrangement you got with both, with Miles. It seems to really be working really nicely.
Oh, thank you.
He deals with the technical stuff, and you deal with the presentation and
connecting everyone. I do not get paid anything for working at bases. I just want to make that very clear because some people seem to think I do. I get nothing. I get a mug. Here we go. And I get moral support, and I get like he'll help me with editing a video every now and then and stuff like that. So, but I enjoy it. I enjoy volunteering, and it's I do think of him as a mentor in a way for all the broadcasting stuff. Obviously I want to really be able to get into the production side of things. I do organize my own events, much smaller obviously, and I do lots of workshops and courses and things like that. But I love it. I love helping at bases. Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was Heather's birthday while we were away. Yeah.
Yeah,
she was sit next to Miles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's an interesting chap. He really is. I've done a couple of podcasts with him on my channel, and I really want to do more with him to document his testimony because he is an experiencer. He really is. Yeah. He was so much calmer when eating with a beer. Yeah. Yes. Well, he was just exhausted, wasn't he? Exhausted because there's so much going on because you're talking like 6 cameras and all that kind of stuff. It wasn't little, and then not all the camera feeds actually worked in the end. There was a lot of interference electronically, tons of it. Yeah, so they were trying to navigate, like at the back there's a big screen of all these different camera feeds, and they're flicking in, doing a live edit. Yeah. So it was a lot going on behind the scenes. He doesn't do it's not like regular conferences that you go to where there's just one thing. He's literally got 6 cameras, 9 lights, 9 pieces of stage. He's got everything. It's a professional TV studio. And that's why he shouted at me, "This is TV! Stand on the spot!"
Yeah. Like, oh, shit. Stop talking.
So, yeah, no, because I kept trying to get out of shot when it was somebody else's Q&A. And he came down and he said to me, "This is TV, you stand on the spot." So I had to stand there, even though I don't have a microphone because I've just given it to somebody. And the person's doing their Q&A, I still had to stand on my mark because this is television, right? That's it. I was literally told, that's it. You take your mark and you stand there. So he wanted me in the frame every time. You put your hand on his heart to give him a little heart healing. Yeah, he was exhausted. That last meal, he was freaking exhausted, wasn't he? It's a lot of stress. And I don't believe he makes any money off these conferences whatsoever. Flying in speakers from all over the world, nothing. Yeah.
He put a lot of effort.
Yeah, it's a lot of planning.
Everything, yes,
so we're planning now for the November event. We've already started planning. Yeah, so.
Yeah, so hopefully to see you. If you can, please join us. For the conferences in the UK, upcoming is this Awaken Aware. And
the Kerry Cassidy Conference, Project Camelot. Go to ufoacademy.com for tickets. Slavka and I are both going to be there. Ben Emlyn Jones is going to be there, just attending. Miles is speaking.
Wizzard.
Yeah, Mad Wizzard are going to be there. We're going to have a great time doing Skywatch, I think. That's going to be freaking awesome. Accommodation is scarce right now. So what are you going to do, Wizzard? Do you live in Kent? Where do you live?
London.
I live in Bromley. That's why I'm saying that. Because of your accent. Yeah. So it's a little bit of South London. Yeah.
Bit South London, yeah.
Yeah.
South. Okay.
So I used to
So
live
this
in
is
Bromley, which is
north.
30 minutes outside London.
Yeah.
So I lived in Bromley for like 5 years. So are you going to like just take the train in each day? Or are you going to stay nearby?
Probably.
Because we've booked a
No,
program in
I'll
and it's
just be.
full.
I'll be travelling in.
Yeah.
I'll be travelling in.
Okay.
It's not far.
Yeah,
Not too
that's
far.
cool.
No, it's not really far for you.
No, it's not.
You're so lucky.
That's it.
Because for me, I've got to take the train down from Liverpool. I'm in Liverpool City region. And,
You're in
and
Liverpool,
then,
aren't you?
yeah, I'm in Merseyside.
Wow.
Yeah. Where
All
do you
right.
think
You
I
don't, you don't
was?
speak. You don't speak with an accent, like.
No, I don't. I've travelled a lot. I'm a world traveller. Yeah.
Mm,
So and I used to
no.
work in call centres and things like that. So you'd have to listen to yourself over and over.
Yeah.
So I can do any accent. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
great.
And this is my
Okay.
broadcasting accent. There you go.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
touch bases. Yeah.
Now that you said this about call center, work, selling stuff over the phone, it's not an easy thing because I've seen it happen. It's not an easy thing, and,
Yeah.
and it's always certain types of people that really excel,
I did
who
customer
excel above everyone.
service and car claims. I used to work for Churchill Insurance in Bromley and
Yeah.
in Ipswich. So and then I moved into resource management, calls and things like that. And then I went traveling, and then I did not come back until 10 years ago. So
Wow.
So I've been back in the UK 10 years now. But I lived in India for a long time, Australia, New Zealand, Asia, but India was my main place. So yeah. So I can do any accent, including a very strong Indian accent. Yeah. But my son's 16 now, so I'm going to travel next year. So hopefully Slavko and I will do more, especially going to the Bosnian pyramids. That's going to be freaking awesome. I can't wait. That's got to be one of the first ones. Next month, I'm going to be in Germany for a couple of days, and in Belgium for 2 days, Germany for 2 days, because it's my nephew's wedding. So I'm trying to plan that out. Okay, guys, this has been so good. I'm going to have to go because I've got my Zoom group.
Okay.
And I don't know if anybody from my chat members are coming into my Zoom group, but I've got to open it just in case. So I usually do my groups at 8 o'clock UK time, but because it's getting a lot more ET Experiencer, Super Soldier, weird stuff, my general UK wellness ladies, they don't want to hear about that. So I've shifted it onto Eastern time, 6 o'clock Eastern, which is coming up now. But this has been so cool. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We're going to finish anyway because
Yeah.
we go over 1.5 hours. So I think, it's the right time to wrap up for today. So really, thank you very, very much. I really enjoy it a lot. It's been amazing time, amazing guests, AnchorHaven and Wizzard, both UK. We talked today about crop circles,
so good to hear about the crop
everything.
circles, magical energies. That's really awesome, Wizzard. Thank you.
So thank you very much, and hopefully we repeat soon because I would love to bring you again.
Yeah.
So there is much more to talk about.
Yeah, Mad Wizzard, would you like to let everyone know how they can connect with you?
Yeah.
I hide in the shadows. I speak little, and no one can find me. That's how I like it. I stay in the shadows.
We'll definitely get you back on though, for sure.
Not anymore.
I'm AnchorHaven. My website is anchorhaven.co.uk. That goes directly to my Patreon, where I've got subscriptions and an online shop. I am the Breakaway Oracle. So you go to breakawayoracle.com to purchase the card deck that I created for SSP experiences. I do have a couple left, and they will go back on sale in the next few days. I'm working on a book, an official guidebook for the next 2 decks that I've co-created with John Whitberg, and the guidebook will be going to Amazon hopefully by the end of this month. I just need to write it. Which is bad. But John Whitberg and I have been collaborating on the Breakaway Oracle series, and so we've got a second deck that's going to be coming out in the next few months. So super exciting.
Awesome.
So head to breakawayoracle.com. Yeah. So it's
That's
pretty
great.
awesome.
So I will put your channel and website in there as usual. Okay, Raphael, it's up to you if you'd like to provide anything. Okay, or stay in the background.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
That's okay.
This been really great episode, great session with you. Thank you very much, guys.
Nice to see you guys. Nice to see you, Slavka.
And have a good night. Thank you very
much. Good night, guys. Thank
much
you.
love.
Bye-bye.
Take care.